the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Bills and the Broncos, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your body...
And off we go from Denver. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the former Buckeye, the young rookie QB from Ohio State.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end. 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now 2nd and 9. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you to get in the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there. And they're able to come up with the first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. 2nd down and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now back to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
2nd and 10. Now Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Looking to throw. Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Coleman, the man in motion right. Now Allen. Coleman has it here right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
Ball start, offense.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, just shy of midfield. Here's second down and 1.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Daxton Hill was right there to break up that play.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Marvin Mims,
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you have to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. An inside give, Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And here come the Bills. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
7-7, our score after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10.
On play action, Allen. Man open left side is Brown. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the throw and the catch were just fine. But against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down. Now Allen again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead.
So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jenkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The Broncos at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Got a man. It's Brown. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. To throw, it's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
To the air, Allen.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos have taken the lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here's Allen. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Allen. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Jenkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin out in Houston, where you see the final score there. The Chargers with a much-needed win to keep their season afloat as they push their record to 2-4 with the win. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Jalen Wright's a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Cards still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Coleman, the man in motion right. Now Allen. On the move to his left. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the tuck and run. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The slot man in motion right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Keon Coleman from 3 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, never.
And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Slot man moves right. Throwing now is Allen.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Credit good coverage there in the pass breakup to Pat Surtain.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on, but instead it's 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
The Bills going to take over again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Allen now looks to throw. Flushed out right. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And the Bills getting set to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle, it's Edwards.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They run once more with Edwards. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To throw, it's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The slot man in motion right. to the air. Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Allen. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. So that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 39 yards there, a big one.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
Completes it to Coleman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Allen. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Bronco defense comes up big. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Second and 5. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jenkins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Running left is Edwards.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Now Allen.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on the offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Coleman. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Allen.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bills first down.
And again, it's Allen. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, Bills.
Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now Allen dumps it off to Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. On the handoff, Edwards. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bullard, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, they go to Edwards.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Buffalo, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.